You're listening to an episode recorded during the time Innovation Fuel was part of University Canada West. We are proud and grateful for the work we've done together, and we want to thank the university for being in our podcast. We are now excited to continue the journey of Innovation Fuel into its next chapter. Thanks for listening. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Innovation Fuel, the podcast that brings you fantastic stories from entrepreneurs and key industry professionals. I am Dave and Gelareh.
And I am Gelareh Farhadian. We are educators, entrepreneurs, and your hosts. Innovation Fuel is our weekly business podcast brought to you by University Canada West. Each week, we explore diverse business models, entrepreneur journeys, experts' insight, and managerial challenges, and how companies stay agile and innovative during COVID-19. Check out our episodes at www.ucanwest.ca/innovationfuel.
Good morning, Dave.
Hey, Gelareh, how are you doing?
I'm fine. I bought the robot for my daughter. And also, that she built her robot with the logo. There is the logo. There is some kind of games that they build a robot. She's really into the robots. I asked her, leave me because I have a meeting with my boss, right? And then, do you know what I heard the noise? She programmed her robot, sent her robot to the room and asked her question to the robot.
I love it.
Is it scary, man?
Is it scary, or do we need to adapt? We're kind of talking about artificial intelligence here, and robots and robotics and these things here. But is it scary, or can we leverage this in the positive way to make things better?
I think that it's what I really think that it is. The jobs will be changed in the future. Yeah, but it will change. We will. The robot will take some jobs, definitely, but they will create more jobs because we will have more time rather than repeatable tasks to do it.
Yeah,
we have to do more work. Just look at each other.
Yeah.
So we didn't commute. We do a lot of work through, for example, Excel sheets. For the apps. But we work harder. We work more. Because we can have time to think about other things and work on some other task that's more valuable.
Yeah, well, we're going to be able to work smarter. So instead of us doing the data entry and trying to figure out things, why don't we let artificial intelligence do that? And then we can spend more time in building relationships with people and maybe convert sales faster.
How about the artificial intelligence actually send your emails?
Oh, tell me more about that.
No, I don't want to tell you about it, but we want to welcome Hamid and Reza from Sniper, so maybe they can answer our questions. Let's welcome Hamid and Reza from Sniper.
Yes, gentlemen, welcome to Innovation Fuel. We're so excited to have you on the show today, and we're going to learn so much and really exciting. Artificial intelligence? Wow, this is really exciting. Before we get there, gentlemen, Reza, Hamid, please tell us a little bit about you. Tell us a little bit about your background.
Maybe I'll go first. My name is Taheri. Maybe with background, I'm coming from an engineering undergrad, and since when I was an undergrad, I was interested about the data science, working on known as geospatial information system, natural disaster, anything that you can utilize data for planning and decision making. Was exciting for me. Kind of started my first startup when at the end of my undergrad. That changed my life towards getting more interested about data science, data mining, machine learning at the time in 2006, 2009. And I did my master's degrees, came to Canada in 2011, doing my research at UBC, where I got excited more about intelligent interfaces, more AI side of kind of things. At the same time, joining back to the entrepreneurship world, working with another company. Then I incorporated and I started my own company, and lots of learning ups and downs, and kind of my passion has been around how we can utilize data science, machine learning, AI for solving real world problems. And here we are today. Lots of things to share, but hopefully that was a good introduction.
Yeah, awesome. Reza, my friend.
Hi everyone, thank you Dave and Gelareh. And a bit of background myself, I got my bachelor's degree in chemical engineering, but never done anything related to chemical engineering space. I was always, yes, exactly. And I was always like to do, I was always interested in the operation and marketing side. And even when I was 17, 16, I always wanted to have my business. And a couple of years ago, we started a startup with my two of my friends. It was a medical digital health solution. It was a good startup. It was successful up to some level. And after that, I just sold my share, moved to Vancouver, and studied MBA in UCW. I came here in 2019, and I was introduced to Hamad through a mutual friend. After that, we got in touch. We had a couple of meetings, and then we saw that we have same goals, we have same interests, and we started working with each other since 2019. And here we are today. I'm mostly on the business and operations side, and Hamad is the data science and the technical guy in Robuster.
So excellent. Great to meet you both. Tell us a little bit more about Sniper. What is this Sniper?
So the idea of a sniper was born from the challenge of reading too much information for salespeople who are always focusing on the kind of going to meetings and kind of winning opportunities. And the idea is the kind of that we can utilize artificial intelligence to read for people. We can research companies. We can start analyzing market data. We can analyze information about customers from inside tools, internal tools, and maybe from external resources. And digesting all information into a news feed. And the way we summarized it was like a Google News for salespeople. That was the original idea of a sniper. Kind of we started to move to the next version, and the idea was we consume the same information on the web, the same information that publicly we can access for every company. And now we started to interpret on behalf of our clients, is it a good customer to go after or not? And that kind of 10x improved the quality of their, like a sniper. You go after the right company that are highly matched to your existing customer. They would consider that. And we did it, and the result was easy outperform whatever they had. So every company we started to engage, most of them they started to connect and engage. So a sniper idea evolved to become a company solution that we started to improve the quality of the databases for marketing and sales team in enterprise.
So let me clarify this. So you're using artificial intelligence to almost qualify these clients, these customers, these potential customers, at what stage they are in the buying cycle, and maybe to catch them at later stages when they're maybe closer to buying versus, maybe further down the pathway that they might need a lot more nurturing along the way.
So that's an interesting question. So let me elaborate on that. So in a bit, maybe we are focusing on complex industries, manufacturing, telecommunication, energy. When you are helping clients in these industries, they have a specific offering and they are going after a specific type of company. They are not going after millions of people. They are going after hundreds of good companies. And so what happened for us was like, if you want to research as a human, as a sales expert in your organization, you go and check the website of where the person is working. If the person is working in the right company, you want to talk to them. So that's exactly what we automated. We started to learn how people interpret information on the website, what kind of concept and keyword they look at as an expert in complex industries, and try to automate that. And there are different sources like a signal, buying signal, things like that. We can do that, but our specialty is becoming to look at companies where people are working, and based on what we learn from their website, where the companies, now we can shortlist them. Okay, instead of these 2,000, 10,000 companies, focus it on that 100 companies, and we know they would quickly get your idea on how we can bring value to them. So that was becoming like a super focused, a sniper focused kind of approach that started to bring value to companies selling complex industries.
One question that I have: a lot of companies use the AI to predict the future, right? And also, they don't want to look at just the past and see what happened in the past. They want to see what's going to be on the future and make a decision based on that, right? So how you're going to help these people, the sales and marketing people, about the future?
So That's a different has different kind of tasks an intelligent solution can do. One, sometimes it start predicting, start making sense of what's happened in the past, predicting future. What we started to do was neither of them. We were focusing on automating repetitive, tedious tasks that people need to do. And there are two things. The first part I will mention is reading a lot of information. So it easily, based on the numbers that we have, people spend 1 hour, 2 hours a day to research accounts on companies, potential customers on internet. It's too much of work. You have to read a lot of information. So of course, when once we automate that, we boost productivity, we save a lot of time. So definitely it shows it in forecasting, so you can see how much time we save. So instead of you hire 10 people, you can hire 5 people, because they can now do the work of the 10 people by automating the task that typically no one except a human can do. So we are focusing on that aspect of utilizing AI for our clients.
So so we because in a lot of organizations, they have a whole research team that's going and seeking information, all this information, and putting it all together for these sales teams. But that requires lots of time and effort. And you're saying through Sniper, you can reduce that through your artificial intelligence and be able to get them the right information at the right timing, so that the salespeople can transform that into a sale.
Interestingly, Dave, what you mentioned, the luxury of having a team of doing market research for you and the digesting that information is not something that you can see in mid-market or in small companies. They need to sell large types of contracts, multi-million-dollar opportunities. There are hundreds of thousands of dollar opportunities they are selling, but they don't have that luxury of the research team doing it for them. The market we are focusing being value of the enterprise grade kind of research is mid-market, smaller companies. And the idea is that you don't have that resources, let us help you. Definitely over the market research team, a human can outperform an algorithm, but the idea is, can you afford 10 researchers doing that for you versus a technology that do it in a more scalable way, in a more affordable price point?
So what is, how they can reach you, how they can find you, the customers first, and then how they can have is a contract base, is a membership base. So what is your revenue stream for that one?
I'll let Reza to talk about that side, and it would be his area. But the high level, I would say, kind of we are subscription based. As I told you that we are reading for people. We start to work on a solution. We call it personalized, like a site, like a product of we write for people. So it's like we can generate emails, super personalized, super human. And we are using some AI models that are coming to the market from last year. So subscription based, we focus on the value we bring to people. But the model, how it works, I would leave it to Reza to talk about that.
Sure. Thank you, Mohammed. The model is subscription, but how it works is that in some cases we go after clients, we want to find the clients, and how we do it is the same way that we find clients for our clients. So we're using our own product, our own technology to use clients for ourselves. And once we do it, because the clients that we're going after, they're in complex B2B industry, at first they need to trust you. You need to make a relationship with them. Then they're willing to pay you the money. So what we do, typically we reach out to them through LinkedIn or email. And once they convert and they show some level of interest in our services and solutions, we have a demo meeting. And if that goes well, we send a proposal to them. And in the proposal, we always define a pilot project, a 3-month pilot project in which we will deliver everything that we have in order to make sure we can bring the value to their organization and boost their productivity and sales. And after the 3 months, a trial period, and it's a paid trial period because we have some costs, but we do it at cost. And after that, if they're happy with us, we move to the next system. And based on the services and solutions that they want us to provide for them, we have different pricing models, but it's always subscription based. And they're charged on a monthly basis, and whenever they want, they can cancel. And this is the formula that we got, and we know clients are they feel comfortable and in control. We never ask for long-term contracts, and so far we're able to keep all the clients that we acquired within the past 1 year and a half, and it has been great.
So, what is your primary clients looks like? Is there any specific industry you think that they can be better, or any specific size? So, what is your client look like?
The first thing is that they have to have a niche market and a really specialized product, so then we will be able to help them in better ways. And just for example, to give you our current client portfolio is that we have clients they have mid-size, they're around 60 employees, and they're in telecommunication, and they have their SD-WAN white label solution, and they provide SD-WAN solutions, and their customers are VoIP providers, SD-WAN providers. They're in the telecommunication sector. The other one, they're in the sustainability and renewable energy sector. There's another client that we have, and they're mid-size, they're around 80 employee in size. And we have a really niche sensor manufacturing, vibration sensor manufacturing company. They're based in US, and they have a really specific product that is used in the specific industrial plant. If you want to profile our customers, they're in B2B niche markets that they have relationship-based sales cycles.
Okay, so most relationship-based is better for you.
Yes.
Oh, that's fantastic. So it means if they want to use your services, do they need to have a data by themselves, or no? They can be a startup without any data. They can use your product or not.
Both ways work for us. If they have a data, we use their data, we clean their own data. If they do not, we build their TAM, or total addressable market, for them based on for example, how we do it is that if they don't have a data, we ask, okay, give us a sample of your current customers or ideal customers. They just share that website URL with us, and that would be actually Hamid's specialty, but we run it through our system. And for example, if they give us 10 samples and we find more 100 samples similar to these 10 companies that they shared with us, and then that's a lot of AI data cleaning that prioritizes and ranks the companies, and after that we go launch the campaigns for them.
Oh, that's fantastic. And you said that you have a personalized email, so it means that you send the email based on your customers. And do you use any template, or no? It's an AI work to do it. I think it's Hamid, right?
Yes, Hamid, if you can jump in.
Yeah, so I can speak on it. So there are two. So let's say, think about like an image. We have different resolution of a personalization. So the first maybe before the first year of work, maybe we are 2 years working on this. So the first year, the personalization we were talking was micro campaign. So what it means is we profile the company, find the most similar client or business case that our client has for it, and make it a small campaign going after that 10-20 company with a personalized message. That resulted in an interesting, like a 20% to 50% reply rate, because it was super personalized. Last year, there is a new types of kind of opportunities on AI space that you can train a supermodel on the right like a human for you. So there are, and so what we started to do is kind of, we had that opportunity to know about where a person is working. Now we have started to use the AI. We are almost 8 months in on that side. We call it personalized, and we generate emails. Back to your question, Gelareh, is every email we generate for people is different than the other person. There is no template. It's every email we track every variable. We have multiple maybe AI techniques, or maybe machine learning techniques. All together, they write the email together. So we have for one paragraph, we talk about the business of the person, fully generated by AI. We still have human in the loop, so we proofread everything AI generates because of the quality that our clients want. But we think that a combination of this and the researcher, that reading and researching, so it's kind of, we are getting to the point to say, okay, we can read and write like a salesperson. So that's the kind of the vision we are moving towards it, and it's very interesting. So people, even the positive, negative, even negative one, they respectfully say, I'm not interested, but they don't believe it's a template, because if we are talking about them, we are talking about their company. We have initial results. We are building our web application. We are going to be like an API product as well. It's like a Twilio for SMS and text messaging. So we are trying to be a personalization layer between data layer and automation. So it's interesting things happening. So we will have more updates in a couple of months for that. Yeah.
So I've got an interesting question on that, my friend. That's fantastic. But so how close is the AI to the human element? Is the editing, is it that much off?
How to say that? So, okay. So we started in the beginning. We were proofreading of it requires a minute to 2 minutes to proofread one email. Now we are getting like a 2-3 proofread of emails per minute. So it's like it's getting more natural. It's getting more accurate, and we are working with a couple of models. So we are trying A/B testing different models. So I would say, kind of back to your questions, we see the possibility that we might. It's like think about the Uber. You have a driver, and you keep the driver around to train your driving like a self-drive car. And after a while, you don't need the driver anymore. So it's like you have self-serve, like a yeah. So the only thing that is missing in our system is we are actually. We are actually. I have a call today with a potential professional copywriter. So if we train the model with best in the world on copywriting, it naturally becomes more powerful. This kind of, it learns if you put the good content in, the good way, writing style, it learns it from you. So it's kind of what we are trying to do. It's like we are trying to diversify, don't focus on our own versions. Yeah.
Can you give it to me? That one that so write my emails. I have very repeatable emails kind of every day. Can you do it for me?
Yeah, that. Let's talk about it so we can do a pilot on that. So.
But how far are we away from then transforming that into a voice?
I can talk about that. Again, it's a product related. So this is not our area, but there are other emerging technologies that do text to voice, or there is emerging like a deep video, like the training. So they create a video generated by AI that has a 3D model of your face. Actually, there's a company there out there. So our specialty, where we want to be in the next 2, 3, 5 years, is we want to create the most human version of a content. There would be some integration in the future. Maybe we can transfer it into a voice or a video, but that would be more. We think that's outside our scope. That would be more integration with other companies doing a great job on that side. We want to focus on be authentic, write a content that is authentic, that is highly personalized, that talks about something that I care as a buyer, as potential buyer, and it's respectful and it's a human way. And now we can scale it. So that's our will be our focus. We want to be the best on that, generating the content. But possibilities are endless. So you can do it on voice, you can transfer to a voice conversation or video conversation. Yeah.
When we're talking this way, so what is the dark side of AI in general? I'm not talking about just the security part of it and it's a privacy issues, but also it can be about, substitute human.
Like the short answer is, honestly, it is super. The possibilities could be very good and it could be very bad. And the thing is that the reason we can do that human way of writing is last year OpenAI is one of the first ones that released the GPT-3, like the new model. Is a super model that is trained maybe think about it, like the largest, all the text around the world, a big chunk of it was used to train a language model that can learn quickly how to write and how to talk like you. And now we have more models coming to the market. China came with a 10 times or 5 times more powerful than the GPT-3. So it's like and what's happening is kind of they can create fake news in a way that you can. It's almost getting harder and harder to identify it's a human or a kind of a bot. But the thing is kind of it's like every technology. There is a really useful application that can bring a lot of value to businesses, create wealth, create growth, create jobs, and at the same time it could be very kind of challenge or kind of bring some kind of problems. And this new generation of kind of AI models that are coming have both sides, and it requires some kind of ethical understanding and kind of commitment to consider. And our focus is 100% towards bring value, and we are very cautious of that. So and even we have some partners on the data science side, and they also are hard on that as well. So like we are trying to make sure that kind of we have a specific application. We want to bring value to a specific type of group of people. And the big economy is on these types of manufacturing, construction, agriculture. So, but they are very traditional the way they do business development and research the market. We want to give them the advantage of enterprise and help them to grow their sales and business development. And if not, they lose the market to their competitors who utilize this kind of technology in the next 5 years. So there is a reason we are committed to doing that to a small, medium-sized businesses. But you are right. It's a very, very important to consider the ethics of using it, and always focus on the good side of that and be cautious about possible biases or everything that might happen. Yeah.
One more thing that I'm not clear about that one. I think that it's a questions about AI always. It's about privacy. How do you protect privacy of people and your information?
So first of all, what we actually, I don't know the answer for everything, but the answer for related to our product, we use public data. We use publicly available data on the web. Businesses put their websites out there to be known by other potential buyers. What actually we are doing, because we are increasing the quality of targeting and talking to the right people inside the right company, so we avoid spamming a lot of people. So it's kind of, instead of I send thousands emails to thousands of people, we may send 200 emails to maybe 100 companies. But the message is super personalized. So we avoided spamming and 1,800 people. So it's kind of, we are trying to move towards the right message to the right person at the right company with respect, with authentic language. But the other things we use is internal data sources or the premium data sources out there. And most of them, they have like an explanation of how they acquire that data points. And they are complying to the requirement, the legal and kind of privacy laws of Europe, Canada, and US. So we are trying to utilize API endpoints and partners, Zoom Info, for example, a public company. So they are typically enriched a lot for us. But typically, good companies, they always have a section talking about how they're complying to the law and privacy requirements of different kind of parts of the world. So always work with good sources, public sources, and by personalization, talking to the right people, we avoid lots of spamming and bothering people. Yeah.
So Hamid, are you relying on these other partners to comply with like elements of GDPR elements and making sure that data sensitivity is protected and people have control of their data?
As a startup, we started to avoid to deal with those kind of things, and I trusted that there are other companies who need to comply on that. So because there's a liability as a startup to deal with that kind of thing, the answer is yes. We work only with integrate with databases that they have some sections talking about it, or the client has their own kind of infrastructure for that. We are agnostic. We are responsible to get the data, add value to it, and bring it back to them. And we always trust our customers will do their best to acquire that data from the right sources. And if they ask us, always we will use the best APIs in the market with companies who are very strict on using the good data sources. So yeah.
So what kind of challenges do you see forward thinking for Sniper as you go into this sort of journey of, you do have an increasing regulation, you have this involvement of AI, and I'm sure the competitors are coming into the market fast and furious. What are some of the challenges that you guys foresee in the future that moves you, continues down this pathway of this content development through AI?
Yeah, specifically about our startup or general about AI?
Well, just for Sniper in general, like where does Sniper see themselves? And
the promise of what we do, I can answer for our own kind of a startup. The promise of our solution is to talk to the right person at the right time with the right message. So, and that means a lot of law kind of in place are trying to protect people from spammers, protect people from generic messages that you send to thousands. So actually, we are moving toward our solution would be maybe one of the best way to move towards the targeted approach. So I'll give you an example. LinkedIn is getting harder and harder to send messages to people. You need to find the right people, companies, and right people within that company as fast as possible and send message to them. And so you can send thousands now. You can send maybe 100, 200 per week. So that means the quality that we are promising is another benefit or another advantage that give them some kind of the right kind of automation. A lot of people spend between $10 to $200 to get one person fill up a form or download a white paper on internet. It's super expensive. So what we are promising is use that investment towards a higher return by talking about something that they care about, and instead of sending a template message to them. So we are trying to take advantage of this limitation, because now it's a game of quality.
Okay, that is really good. Actually, you answered a lot of good questions. And it means that you have a lot of thought about it. We are happy that you always think about that one, and you're not just thinking about the profit. You're always thinking about all the privacies and be personalized, not bugging people. It is very good to say about that one. Just want to know, means what is your main partner or strategic alliance? Did you did everything by yourself, or do you have any strategic alliance that help you?
So there are two types of strategic kind of partnership, and Reza we can talk about both sides. One is technology partners who we will utilize their technology to get to the market faster, focus on our own unique IPs or intellectual properties we are building, that unique secret sauce we are building. So we have some partnerships in place, and we are actually working with some new ones, just kind of give us more advantage and more focus on what we do. On the business side and the kind of selling, we identified an opportunity to work with other thought leader agencies, consultants, and companies. In industries we are going after, I would rather talk about how we do it. Is people trust people, as I mentioned. It's not technology problem. They don't buy technology. They buy a story from someone they trust. And we can't build that in a few months. We can't build it in a maybe in a few years, because at the end of the day, there are lots of things that they wanted to hear from their own peers and colleagues. So that brought us in a direction of building partnerships. Actually, first of all, we added tons of value right away to our clients, because they want that wisdom and leadership that comes from our partners, and we bring a lot of kind of automation and kind of value on the data and the solution. And Reza can talk about maybe kind of how we maybe some aspects of the sales and business side. Yeah.
Sure. Some of these the technical partners I'm not involved, because that's not my area of focus. But on the business side, we have been able to make some partnership with people with really great experience in business over the last 20 or 30 years. And how it's done, it depends on the project that they have. We see them as our referral partners or channel partners. Sometimes they want us to directly get involved with their customers, and sometimes they just need us on the technical side, and they want to handle everything related to going to meeting with clients, strategizing, and everything. They want to take care of all the things, and we will be their technical hand. And they give us tasks, we will deliver the task, and these are the two ways that we work with our partners.
Excellent. Wow. What an exciting journey, guys. It just seems like you guys are onto something very exciting, and you're doing something. And I love that you're bringing value back to these organizations, and you're also being respectful of the use of data, how you're using data, and respecting all the pieces around you that are supporting this next evolution. Tell us, guys, what's next for Sniper? What's your next journey? Where are you off to next?
I think the question has, again, two sides. I will talk about the product and the direction, and Reza can talk about marketing and sales. Product, what we started to do is like we try to come up with hypotheses, test it with clients, test it with even sometimes people who are potentially might become our clients, to make sure that we are in the right path. So Over the last maybe year, now we have a product roadmap of features that we know we already delivering it, but we need to make it more self-service. So we have a plan to create some key integration with some key CRM platforms. We are working on a web portal, so make it for easy people to just kind of upload the list of people. Suddenly we generate thousands of emails for them so they can utilize it any marketing tool they want to use. So that's not and that could give us a huge opportunity to grow faster. And we are working in a mid-market enterprise. A lot of sales and marketing team, they have an operation team who are familiar with coding. So what we are going to do in the next 3-6 months is work on our API to make it publicly available. That gives us an opportunity to be joined to the data pipelines, the processing and custom code that a typical mid-market enterprise need, and hopefully find our way into those organizations through some kind of a small contribution and grow within that.
Wonderful, guys. I just say, what a great story. Before we wrap up our show today, we need to ask for a challenge. Can you give us a challenge that we can present to our students, to our audience out there that they can help you maybe solve? Maybe a business challenge for your organization or a bigger challenge? It's up to you.
I'll go ahead with something that is on my part. And I think every company that starts, the first challenge is how I should make the first dollar. We passed that and we were able to scale it up to some level. But now we're on our challenge is that how we can do a repetitive sales based on a specific service package. That's our current challenge. And the next one is that after we're able to do the repetitive sales, how we should scale it in order to make sure every month we have this certain number of new clients onboarded. And how is it that you can get from, as Peter Thiel says, how can you get from 0 to 1 when you're a startup? Because there are no formulas, there are no science behind it, and you have to do lots of A/B testing. I think that's a great challenge for business students to how you can move from an idea to make the first dollar, then make it a repetitive sales, and then scale it.
Excellent, my friend. And Gelareh, we have to point out one thing here. Reza is an alumni of UCW.
Yeah, so this is a great showcase to show that how the networking, find the right one to work with it can be actually really good. And I think that both of them, they have a great team. Some of them are doing technology and another one is doing the marketing and business side of it. It's a fantastic example. And yeah, thank you guys. Thank you, Hamed. Thank you, Reza.
To all entrepreneurs and managers out there, we have ambitious students here at UCW who would love to hear from you and help you with your business through our internship, our capstone program. If you think you have a wonderful story or a challenge that you want to share with our students and our audience that you think they can benefit from, we want to hear from you. We want that information. We want you to be a part of this show. We also want you to join our mentorship program. We've got a great mentorship program to help students as they move on their educational journey towards getting into a career or launching a new opportunity. So reach out to us, connect with us at www.ucanwest.ca/innovationfuel.
You have just listened to the Innovation Fuel podcast with your hosts, Dave and Gelareh. Subscribe to our podcast on Apple, Google, or Spotify. Join us next week for another innovative story. Thank you for listening and have a great week.